Hi everybody, it's Tracy from Downward Dog Rising. Tonight I'm going to give you a video that can help you if you want to strengthen your core and learn how to do forward flexion. We have too much forward flexion in everyday life. We're at computers, we're seated in cars, we're driving too much. Everything in life requires us to go forward. Yet in the classical Pilates, we're asked to do all these forward flexed positions. So I am going to introduce a way to approach these forward flexed positions. If you have any herniated disc, if you have stenosis, I'll give you a way to approach it. And yet, I'm going to say these positions, they're not ideally right for all bodies. So keep that in mind. There's no reason to do more forward flexion. If you spend 8 to 10 hours a day in forward flexion, then that means when you exercise in your off time, you should be doing extension, you should be doing rotation with extension, and you shouldn't be doing forward flexion. But I'm gonna show you how to safely do the beginning of flexion with your core engaged. So if that sounds like you want to engage in that, then join me. Let's begin. Lie on your mat. And basically, I want you to feel your head lengthens away from your tailbone. And then we call Pilates, we call axial elongation. And then that means your head lengthens away from your spine. So bear with me a moment. Feel how, if you lie on your mat, you visually engage, your head elongates away from your spine. That's your precursor to movement. Spine is long. Inhale, prepare to move. On your exhale, abdominal wall pulls really tight to your spine. And you feel like your abdominals scoop and they rise up. That's pelvic floor. Men and women both have a pelvic floor. It supports your internal organs. From pubic bone to navel, zip up, hands behind head. And then this is what happens usually. The neck is forward. Oh, I'm doing my crunches. I'm doing crunches. Elbows, head. That's not helping you at all. Open, collarbones wide, shoulders away from your ears. Lengthen spine. I want you to even feel the length between the ribs and the hips. Inhale. Okay, now just do a head float. That's all you need. Engage your core. Head floats up, come back down. Now, as long as you don't do forward spinal flexion, you could do this with herniated disc or osteoporosis. This is your modification. Head floats up, scoop your core into the spinal wall, lower down. 8, lift, scooping in. Your elbows are wide, lower down. 7, scoop in, lengthen. And 6, you can feel your core. I know it, I can. And 5, I'm not the only one. 4, and you're not pushing your head up out of alignment. You're not flexing your spine. 3, head floats up, down. 2 more. Last one. Lower down, relax, do chin nods. Chin down, chin up, chin down, chin up. Pilates Physical Mind Institute is huge on Pilates pre-fundamentals because it prepares you for the actual Pilates movement. Chin down, chin up. Release the skull at the base of your occiput. That's the base of your skull. Now, neutral spine. Your neck is long. Baby circles with tip of nose to sky. Circle around. Release sides of neck. Reverse, circle around. And you're releasing sides of neck. Second cervical vertebra is the axis. That's responsible for rotating head and neck. Come back center. Okay, now, this is important. In Pilates, we do a motion called criss-cross. We do something called Pilates 5. And I want you to create the length from your mid-breastbone to the top of your head. I'm not going to do all Pilates 5 right now, but I will focus on a couple. I want to do criss-cross. I will break down criss-cross for you. All right. Breastbone, top of head. Here comes head float. Hands behind head, elbows wide. Let's go further. Press your elbow into the mat. Now, your two hip bones are straight forward, 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock on the face of a clock. Your central axis point is your breastbone. Notice, my left hip bone stays put, and I inhale and then exhale. Where do I exhale? Across my breastbone, sternum. And then I go down and I inhale. Okay, now I'm going to press this left elbow against the mat. Inhale. My elbow is in line with my earlobe, and I'm not pulling my head and neck forward. I'm staying open. And then I come back down. And then you inhale, and actually it's opposite. Exhale. I have to do it to feel it. Your breastbone is the central axis point. Your hip bones face the sky. Rotate around the breastbone. Now that is how you correctly get your obliques to involve. Sides of waist, sides of ribs. Exhale. Head away from tailbone, come in. Exhale. Head away from tailbone, come in. Exhale. You're already feeling the burn. So ask yourself, if you do 100 crunches a day, if you're feeling the burn on number 6 or 7, why are you doing 100 crunches a day? There's no need. 3. Inhale. Exhale. Reach. 2 more. Chest is open. Exhale. Hips to sky. Last one. All right. I am totally going to break down criss-cross. Let's go the next step. Arms reach long. Palms down on mat. Knee fold. Knee fold. In Pilates, this is tabletop. 90-degree angle, knees to hips. Now, you're in your 90-degree angle, and we call that tabletop. It looks like a table. Take your hands behind your head and your neck. Your elbows, okay, we're not scrunching. Openness, cross shoulders, chest. Okay, twist around your central axis point. There's your breastbone. Now, it feels beautiful. There's length. There's spaciousness. Come back in. Chest is wide open. Exhale. Your spine is long, and it feels like your whole entire chest is open. Collarbones wide. Exhale. Inhale. Inhale. Exhale. Spine is long. Exhale. Opposite shoulder to knee. Elbow to knee, I should say. But I'm going to say shoulder because our elbow stays in line with the shoulder. 4 more. Inhale. Exhale. 3 more. Exhale. 2 more. Last one. Okay, it gets harder. Take that opposite leg. Make sure your back does not arch off the mat. Lengthen your spine. Exhale, point your toes, reach out of your center, breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, Breathe out. Back is long into mat. Inhale. Exhale. Joseph Pilates said, use your breath. It's a mechanism. Use it as a pump. Get all the air out of your lungs. Squeeze out every last drop of air that you can. And 4. Back is long. And 3. And 2. My abs are burning. What about yours? 2. Last one. Obliques. Come back down to your mat. Fold in. Peel head, neck, shoulders. Release into the center of your thoracic spine, mid-back. One more time. Inhale, head away from tailbone. Exhale, release. Gently come back to your mat. And then when I talk about the breath as a mechanism, you squeeze out every last drop of air out of your lungs, like Joseph Pilates said. Here I'm going to give you your oblique slings. Okay, our obliques, they run on diagonals and a V. It's like an upside down V and a V across our midsection, and they give us a support. If your obliques are super weak, you might get like a lifted up pelvis on one side where your quadratus lumborum hikes up. Okay, so we want strong obliques. We want our hip bones to stay aligned. Okay, so let's start with that. All I'm going to finish with, okay, where are your obliques? You don't know. Okay, knee and tabletop, palm to inner thigh. Thigh resists hand, hand resists thigh. Isometric. You resist, you release. Tell me if you don't feel something along your sides. Inhale now. Exhale, release. Hand presses against thigh, thigh presses against hand. And 3 more. Release, spine is long. 2 more. Release. 1 more time. Breathe in, breathe out. All right, okay, we're going to switch sides, hips to sky. Knee fold, hand against thigh. Avoid pushing on kneecap, go a little higher. Now, inhale now. Exhale. Okay, this is my weaker side. I can feel it already. Breathe in, breathe out. Okay, I'm not feeling my left engage. When I feel like you're wringing out a wet sponge or a towel on the left side of your ribs when the right knee is up, so really focus, get that left side of those ribs to turn on. Resist. 3 more. 2 more. Resist. And 1 more time. Resist. We want those muscles to engage. Okay, last exercise. We want both sides of our hip bones to stay long, away from the ribs. Elongate ribs out of hips. Arms reach long. Your core engages. Tighten your core. Float your pelvis up. No weight in neck. Press hips to sky. Low back is long. Bring your pelvis to the mat. Knees are in line with your hips. Press up. Exhale. Inhale. Spinal stabilization. 8. Come back in. 7. 6. These are all really good firm foundations to start your workouts. 5. 4. Exhale. 3. Hips go up together. Space opens in front of hips. Flexor. Come back down. Your psoas 3. It's a really deep muscle that goes through the pelvic floor and it starts into that vertebra in your back. 2. Last one. Straight up. Keep the elongation. Come back down. Hug your knees in. Peel up. Inhale. Exhale. Release. All right, we're going to turn on to our side, and we're going to come up and finish. Thanks so much for joining me. Appreciate you. Inhale, exhale. Now you know how to do crisscross in Pilates, and if you have osteoporosis or herniated disc in your back, you could do a little head float and work your core a little deeper. Then if you just come up higher doing all our traditional flexion exercises in Pilates. Thank you so much. Peace. And I'll be back because I'm going to do a little video next. I'll figure out what I'm going to do, but I'm going to do something different. Peace, everyone. Have a good day, afternoon, morning, evening, wherever you're from. Appreciate you all. Thank you. Bye.